I made a poll on Instagram between Junkrat and Hanzo just barely won. So if you don't like these results, maybe next time you should get on my Instagram and vote! There are a ton of ways to successfully eliminate a target.
And probably the most effective way is using a gun.
But guns are loud.
And they hurt your ears.
Owie, owie, owie! And you don't want to be a gun guy, do you?
No way!
What's a guy like you supposed to do?
Well, have no fear.
The Bow Bros are here. Come on down to Bow Bros. We got all types of bows.
We got bow checks, 30% off.
Destiny 2 bows, 40% off.
Ancient Nordic bows, 50% off.
We got fairy bows, Last of Us bows, Assassin's Creed bows. You name the bow, we got it.
You might be wondering why we're called the Bow Bros, since we aren't related.
It's because I made this company with my brother, but he dishonored the family name. So I was told that I have to defeat him in combat. But while doing so, I ended up killing him.
Huh?
I didn't want to do this, but the elders told me I had to. And now, I'm obsessed with bows!
Wait, you said you killed your brother?
Tomb Raider bows, 30% off! We got bow ties, 40% off!
That's not even a bow.
Bowie knives, sold out. Come on down to Bow Bros. The Shimada clan is a group of assassins who created a criminal empire out of Hanamura by selling arms and illegal substances. Hanzo Shimada is the eldest son of the Shimada clan, so it was his duty to succeed his father and rule the Shimada empire. And his younger brother Genji, well, he didn't have to worry about none of that. While Hanzo had to be the responsible one. Both of these brothers have the ability to control the dragons. Don't ask me how, it's magic. Okay, just move on. When Hanzo's father passed away, the clan elders told Hanzo to straighten out Genji. However, when Genji refused, Hanzo was forced to kill him, which he did. Or so he thought. Genji was thankfully saved by Overwatch, but Hanzo didn't know this, and the presumed death of his brother broke him. Hanzo rejected his birthright and left the Shimada clan, exiling himself. He swore to never touch a blade again, and only use his trusted bow and arrow. The Shimada clan saw his abandonment as betrayal, and they declared Hanzo an enemy of the clan, and sent assassins to kill him over and over and over again, but Hanzo's kind of OP, so he wasn't gonna lose to no assassin, especially Kevin. God, Kevin. On the 10th anniversary of Genji's death, Hanzo broke into the Shimada castle to pray and pay respects to Genji. But then, an assassin came to attack him, and Hanzo normally doesn't need to use his dragon, but he had to because he was losing. And wouldn't you know it, the assassin could also control dragons, because it was Genji all along. Hanzo finally found out that Genji is alive, and now he doesn't have to live full of guilt, but instead right the wrongs that his family have created in the world. But that doesn't really explain why they changed his outfit to have no nipple. Free the nip! So that's Hanzo of the Shimada Bros, the third best of the video game brothers, second to Mario Bros and the Carmine Bros. If you know, you know. So now that you know who Hanzo is, let's learn how to play him, shall we? Hanzo's weapon of choice is his storm bow. It's a projectile that can do anywhere from 27 damage when it's barely charged up to 125 damage at maximum charge. It doesn't have damage fall off, so you can get kills from pretty far away, although it does have a little bit of an arch. And if you land a headshot, it's an instant kill on most heroes, not tanks, duh. So you're kind of like a sniper, but cooler. And if you're really good, you can out-snipe Widowmakers with ease. Since it is a projectile, you'll have to lead your shots a bit, which does make his arrows harder to land than most weapons in this game, but with enough practice, it becomes kinda easy. Although, I won't lie, every now and then, you'll get a kill that was not on purpose. Like, you were not going for them at all, and then bada bing bada boom, instant kill. I mean, we take those. Just spam those arrows down a choke and then, you just got Hanzo'd. 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 You just got Hanzo'd. Hanzo. His first ability is wall climb. It's as simple as that. Genji did it, Kiriko did it, you climb walls, up to 4 meters. This is really good for Hanzo because he can climb to a lot of places that most people can't, and with his bow, it can be really scary to deal with. It also means you can do some sneaky flank kills as well. His other movement ability is Lunge, which lets Hanzo instantly move in any direction for 8 meters. It's essentially a double jump, and this gives Hanzo so much more that he can do. It only has a 5-second cooldown, so use it when needed. You could use it to cross really big gorges, you can use it to dodge, you can use it to get out of tight situations. It's what gives you a little bit of the edge in a 1v1, since you can just pop out of nowhere and get a nice kill. Your next ability is Sonic Arrow, which is an arrow that has a radar on it that scans enemies for your team within a 9-meter radius. It's pretty great to be able to scan where enemies are, especially sneaky flankers like Sombra. No hacking for you, Sombra! This is the one arrow that you want to kind of miss to get the most information for your team, since it sticks to walls, because if it hits an enemy, it might straight up kill them. I mean, don't get me wrong, get kills, that's the point of the game, but I would recommend hitting tanks with it, since they'll usually live and be around their team, giving you a constant wave of intel. Hanzo's final ability is Storm Arrows, which allows for you to shoot 5 arrows in rapid succession that do 65 damage. They are a lot faster than your regular arrows too. These arrows have the ability to bounce off of walls and floors, allowing for you to get some cheeky kills. But realistically, that won't happen on purpose. You'll say it was on purpose, but you know it wasn't. It's best used to melt shields or enemy tanks that don't die in one shot to your arrows. Or if you're just feeling like a noob and you can't land that last shot on a weakened enemy, spray and pray away. Hanzo's ultimate is Dragon Strike. He says, which unleashes his Spirit Dragon, which goes through walls and does 150 damage a second in a 4-meter radius. This ultimate is iconic. It's strong, but not in the ways that you would expect. The Dragon Strike should not be used willy-nilly. If it's done incorrectly, it'll get no value. Sure, you could get kills with it, but it should be used more for creating space, blocking choke points, and blocking line of sight, because most good players will avoid it. The dragon will literally split the map in 2, so it can separate the enemy team, making them easier to pick off or separating them from their healers or their tanks. And if it's timed right, you can get a cheeky kill here and there, especially when the enemy doesn't even realize that it's there. And if you're really desperate, you could use it on one enemy, because why not? It's also an insanely good ultimate when you need to contest a point or get an enemy team off a point. This ultimate can straight up win you games if timed right. As a bow bro, I completely understand literally everything that Hanzo has gone through in his life. Well, I mean, not everything. My brother hasn't come back. So listen to these pro tips. Number 1, you can use the Sonic Arrow with the Storm Arrow to make your Sonic Arrow bounce off walls and get even better intel, like Sova from Valorant, except I guess Hanzo did it first, but you get what I mean. It'll give you valuable intel on the enemy if placed right. Also, in the beginning, make sure you use your Sonic Arrow to see what the enemy team's composition is. Knowledge is power. Number 2, Hanzo pairs nicely with characters who can fix his weaknesses. Hanzo can't deal with flying characters like Pharah, so having a hit scan damage hero with him makes his life a lot easier. He also isn't the best at close range encounters, so some characters that are better at dealing with flankers will help a lot. Although killing tracers and, ironically, Genji is still one of the most satisfying things to do in this game. I mean, mwah, amazing. Number 3, Hanzo's ultimate has an infinite distance that it can travel and isn't stopped by walls. Kiriko. This means that you can use it from super far away to great effect, even from spawn. If your team desperately needs some space cleared out and could win the fight, send it from spawn. It's honestly not even that bad of a play. It's less noisy since your sound cue happened a while ago, and it's unexpected since it really does come out of nowhere. Speaking of which, if you're on a deep flank and you use the ultimate, a lot of enemies don't expect the ultimate to come from behind them. So creating a flank dragon is gonna actually be more valuable than you think. Number 4, his ultimate also pairs nicely with ultimates that stun enemies like Reinhardt and Zarya, especially Zarya. Grav Dragon used to be a lot better in the good old days of Overwatch 1, but now Zarya's ultimate is nerfed so it's not as strong and doesn't last as long, but it's still super useful here and can get a ton of kills. But I do miss the good old days. But Hanzo also had scatter arrows back then, so I'll take this version of him. Yes, even this version of him. What? So now that you are a master Hanzo with a golden bow like me, you're ready to win and get play of the game with ease, which is all we care about.
Play of the game.
I'm not done. I got it back to back.
Play of the game.
Hanzo is such a simple design. He's a bow and arrow guy with a dragon. His story is cool, his brother is cooler, and he is one of my favorite characters to play in this game. But how is he for noobs? For noobs, I would say he's hard to play. He requires not only aim skills, but the fundamental understanding of how to line up shots, on top of actually getting valuable ultimates, which is not easy. It will take a lot of time to truly master Hanzo. But what do you think? Is Hanzo easy to play? Hard to play? Do you think he needs buffs? Or wait, what? How'd you get in here? Wait, that's not possible. I killed you. You're not supposed to be alive. No, no!